What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sideline to Baseline with your host, Klew and MB. MB in the building again, y'all. He in the building. He's back. He out his crib. He out the cackalacky, but he in the building, y'all.
What up? What up? What up?
Man, we missed you, but we really didn't because you came hard with some questions.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
had
was
to
like,
come hard. Hey, I had to come hard on Pac Jam for you because you couldn't.
my
You
man,
know,
my
Pac.
man Chucky, my man Chucky stay on him though. He stay on
Oh,
him.
don't he? Don't he?
Yeah,
I try to tell you, it's so fun having those two because you guys they keep it clean as they possibly can because when you get around them two jokers, you won't even get a word in, number one. And you laughing the whole time, so you don't even want to get a word in, to be honest with you, because
yeah,
Pat get really live and Chuck get louder and louder.
yeah.
Cause
You,
he
hey, you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no go ahead.
No, I was saying I sent you a question to ask him. You didn't ask him my question, man. One question.
Because I know I didn't on purpose, only because it had nothing to do with what they were talking about, and it would have took it in a whole different direction. And I honestly don't know MB what his answer would be. So
I
it
know.
it, it could have been agreeing with me. It could have been agreeing with you. So I made sure, and I'll make sure we ask him that the next time. But at the time they were talking about serious teams, and I was like,
No,
okay,
I know because I saw
that's
I saw your expression when you read it. You start laughing.
yeah, yep, yep. I was like,
Yes,
and
man.
I know he gonna think I didn't ask that question based upon Chucky might agree with him, and I'm like, no, it's just go.
Oh,
I
nah,
can't get a
nah, it's all
word in
good.
first of all, and then secondly, it's like when I do get it in, I don't want to like turn the tide over to
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
that they wasn't discussing. So that
Nah, nah,
that
it's
was
all
the
good. I
issue
was
with
messing
me.
with you. I saw you laugh when you saw it.
Yeah,
No, I was messing
yep.
with you. I saw you.
I
But
was
I
like,
like
here
what
we go.
I like the inside what Chucky said, man, about the Heat with what's my man named Nunn. He was like,
Right, right,
man,
right.
right. I like what he brought to the table because he was saying about it ain't. It's the way they using the kid that's been the hindrance. And I
Right.
was like, man, it makes sure sense. They put some handcuffs on the kid, man. He didn't say handcuffs, but that's what I took from it. So I thought that was real good, man. Just it's good to listen to the expert, man, because I don't know nothing about no basketball, man.
But MB, I mean, you're absolutely correct. He did say that. But I don't know if you heard me call him out by Kendrick because I was bragging on him in a conversation a while ago when Chucky came on about him and in that rookie of the year race last year because how well he played down the stretch and going into the playoffs.
Okay.
And he was dogging him out. Then he became a cheerleader. And I was like, not
Ah, is
you,
that what it
not you.
is? Oh, see, I didn't know that. He don't switch, huh?
Oh yes. So
He
I
pulled
had
a
a little
Pat
hate
wagon.
out. Yeah, I had a little hate in my heart. It was big. I'm like, hold on.
Oh, I
When I
got you. I
when
got you.
I was talking about he was balling, he wasn't
Right,
balling.
right,
Now,
right,
now he
right,
that
right. Now he
dude.
that guy. Now the man holding them back.
Yeah, yeah,
I got
yeah.
you.
And
I got
and absolutely, I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said about Chucky as far as like saying that they basically put handcuffs on him. We can liken that to football, MB, and know that some systems just don't fit guys, and you'll see guys not play based on system. You know what I mean? Like, and they could have just brought the guy in 2 years ago. He's been solid, but then a new DC comes in and completely hijacks the defense. And now that guy is like, man, he really don't fit. He's a zone corner, and all we running this man free,
right.
for the
Yep.
most part. And that
Yep.
just don't work. You know
Yep.
that. you know it. And it's no knock on that guy. That guy still is the player that y'all paid, but
Yeah.
just not in this defense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the point. But you know what? For me, with basketball, you think, man, it's basketball. You know, you don't think that
Mm-mm.
really fit in, but obviously it does. You know.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted you know more about basketball than you think because the similarities are to me, MB. I talk to basketball guys and I talk about football, and then I talk to football guys, and a lot of times I talk about how basketball relates to it. You know what I mean? Because to me,
Mm-hmm.
growing up playing both of them, they
Mm-hmm.
were the same for me. Like
Right.
it was
Right.
like this. I mean, even the strategies MB and taking this away from that team. And obviously, I excelled in basketball on the defensive side of the ball, just like in
Mm-hmm.
football, because I understood conceptually what that offense is trying to do to you. So I knew what to take away. So it's like
Right.
even in football, when you MB can't help himself, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and we've never talked about this. MB's watching a football game. He's looking at the offense and saying, "Man, why are y'all giving up that? All you got to do is take this and that away, and they done." Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't help but watch it like that. Well, I watch basketball and football that way. MB, it's like take this
Mm-hmm.
away. Like stop letting them
Right.
do
Right.
this and give up that because we understand you ain't gonna take away everything,
Exactly.
but you
Exactly.
can take away some things. I think Pac Jam in
No.
the building, man. Let me, Pac, what's
What's up? You
good?
know I'm in the building. You know I'm here.
Hey, look, I
What's
just
up?
want to let you know where I'm at, and
What's up, MB?
I I called you earlier.
What's up, old dog?
Uh,
What's going on?
hey, I called you earlier because I'm here watching E Emmanuel Short getting his boogie on. I ran outside, guys, because you know what these arenas and gyms do to to your cell phone. So I ran outside, but Emmanuel doing his thing, and I called you. I know you was asleep, but I called you to
All
try to
right.
get you to roll with us.
Oh man,
We in the building, man.
that's
We
what's
in the
up.
You know,
building.
old dog would have
Uh,
rode and been packing, baby. Old dog. It's
What's
society,
up, man?
baby.
What's going on?
Brother.
So
well,
you went there with Dad. You and Dad there.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
We and Fred came with us as well. Another one of
that's what's
our
up.
homeboys, MB, that we grew up with.
That's what's up.
Yep, yep. Um, well, look,
Rolling, baby.
y'all, we're gonna start this thing all right. He's a problem. He's a problem. Is in the house tonight, and I'm gonna start this thing off really right, LB, and go with a guy that's getting a lot of looks when it comes to that MVP trophy this year in the NBA. And I don't know how many NBA's fans we got out there, but Mr. Joel Embiid had a night against them Utah Jazz a couple nights ago, Pac Jam. 40, 19, and 2 blocks with the win over Utah. Boy, that's them big, them throwback big numbers, Pac Jam.
Well, see that he's now playing to the level that we always thought he could play coming out of Kansas. The difference is coaches. You see what I'm saying? Bring a coach in that demands you to be accountable every night. This is the
Right.
MB that we all knew could beat that. You know what I mean? He's
Mhm.
not doing nothing that we didn't think he could do.
Right.
But Doc Rivers let him know this is what I require, this is what I expect of you night in and night out. You see,
Mm.
and if you notice, another thing has happened. His technical fouls has went down. So Doc has told him, play basketball, man. We ain't got time for the antics. And that's what's going on. And we're seeing the Embiid that we all knew we could see, man.
Mm. Mm. MB, you got one?
Hmm. Oh man, that statement there. I mean, he about to start a whole new conversation because they fired Doc last year because of coaching. You know, supposedly because he
Yeah,
couldn't
that
win
is
it
a
because he
whole
couldn't.
nother conversation.
Yeah, but what we have
Yeah,
to understand
exactly.
is what we have to understand is this situation is a lot different. This situation here is closer to the Boston situation, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because Elton Brand directly told Doc Rivers, this is your baby. This is your culture. However you want it to be, you shape it and it's yours. And that's what Doc thrives at. When Doc was in the Clippers, when he first got there, it was his under the Chris Paul era. But as new ownership group came in, they brought a new owner who's more of a hands-on owner who wants to be involved. The culture shifted away from Doc. And that's what happened. So when they didn't get the results, they made Doc the scapegoat. Because if you remember, Doc was never upset when they fired him. He never threw any shade when they fired him because Doc knew this wasn't my team. This is what I didn't like. Because one of the things I found out was Doc never did sign on with that load management. You look at the history of Doc Rivers, going back to Orlando Magic, Doc had a nickname, coined a term called hard and hustle. Hard and hustle means that tells you everything about Doc Rivers. Home Depot, bring your hard hat, we playing every night. Doc never signed on with that load management. That was the ownership group, as well as Frank Lawrence signed on with this. Kawhi said in his agreement. Remember, because Kawhi told them in the recruit, I'm not playing every night. I want to take nights off. He signed on to that because we remember there was a rift within the team with Montrezl Harrell, Lemon Pepper Lou, as well as Patrick used to be defensive guy Beverly. They had a thing, but they like, why this dude ain't playing? Because those guys are everything Doc Rivers was, hard and hustle. Remember, before they even got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, that same hard and hustle group took Golden State with KD 6 games to eliminate. So
Right.
Doc had them playing with heart and hustle because that's Doc Rivers. That's his culture. So the culture shifted with him, as I said, with the ownership group. So what Doc is doing in Philly, Elton Brand gave him the keys to the car. I shall say, I take that back. Elton Brand gave him the keys to the pickup truck and said, do what you do, Doc. And Doc got everybody on that team, including another guy that played with the Magic that wasn't a guy that the Magic got rid of because he didn't play hard every night, was Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is diving on the floor. He playing aggressive. That's not the Tobias Harris that was down here on Church Street with the Magic. That's because that's what Doc requires out of you every night. That's what Doc requires of you. So what Doc is doing is what we know Doc do when he gets the keys to the situation. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised at what they're doing down there. And that was a great hire by Elton Brand. Kudos to Elton Brand, another black general manager, showing people that we know what we're doing. And that, by the
No
way,
doubt, no
for a
doubt.
side note, that's a Duke guy too, IMB. He went to Duke, Elton Brand.
Okay, there you got it all covered. Pat Wagon, yell it, roll call, baby, roll call. Hey, but I'm telling you who also, man, you talking about hard and hustle, man, who come ready to play every night, man. The Joker, man, did again Tuesday, March the 2nd, man. My baby's birthday led Denver to 129-97 blowout against the Milwaukee Bucks. And all the Joker did was do a triple-double, baby. 37 points, 11 assists, and 10 boards. Getting it done. Hey, the Joker, Denver Nuggets, here's the problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This guy right here is a problem. Y'all know he's one of my favorite players. I don't care about the hate that he gets because he's still one of my guys. James Harden, baby, 29, 10, and 14. That's right, I said it. A triple-double, 29, 10 boards. 10 boards and 14 dimes because he knows how to drop them. This is a win on a win going back home to Houston, man. And it was a little mixed applause and boos and shrills and screams and all of the above because how he exited the building stage left. But James Harden, he's still a problem.
Absolutely.
No doubt. And man, mistake out the West Coast, man. West Coast, hey, Dame, man, getting it done. 44 points, 7 assists, 1 rebound, 1 block, leading the Trailblazers over Sacramento, man. Dame getting it done, letting him know every day, every time he step on the the court, sideline, the baseline, man, he's getting it done, man. Dame, for the Trailblazers,
Dollar.
here's the problem.
Hey, and a
They make that
walk-off
trade,
game
Taylor.
winner, MB. And a walk-off game winner.
Hey, the
Absolutely.
Lakers need to make that trade, baby.
Hey, I've been told you. I told you what? Yeah, last year we needed Dame. We needed Dame. And speaking of guards, man, and guys that we might need, this guy right here is a problem. He's been amongst the league leaders this year, and he's making his first All-Star appearance. Well, I wouldn't say first All-Star appearance. First All-Star appearance as a player, a All-Star player, because this guy electrified y'all with All-Star Weekend on 2 separate occasions with his dunking. Zach Levine, baby, 36-8 in a close nail by the 128-124 win over New Orleans. Zach Levine, baby, dunker is extraordinary, has not turned up at the score table, baby. He's a problem.
Turn it up, turn it up.
Absolutely.
I'm good, Klew.
Okay. I ain't know if you had, because you
Yeah.
were cutting out a little bit. I ain't know. Hey
Oh,
guys, so man, we got a couple. I mean, it's been hot in heaven, man, this week, man. It's been real tough. Start right off the press. Pack Jam. The story that we got a couple days ago, Omaha, out in Omaha, Nebraska, baby. Um, Head basketball coach Greg McDermott of Creighton apologized Tuesday for urging his players to stay on the plantation in a post-game locker room talk following a loss over the weekend. In a statement posted on Twitter, McDermott said he used a terribly inappropriate analogy in making a point about staying together as a team despite the loss. McDermott, who is white, acknowledged saying, guys, we got to stick together. We need both feet in. I need everybody to stay on the plantation. I can't have anybody leave the plantation, baby. The Big East MB did what they do. Cover they behind. Big East said McDermott comments do not represent the mission and values of the Big East Conference and are at odds with our school's commitment to inclusive culture, racial sensitivity, equity, social justice, and respect for our student athletes, others associated. That's what I thought, y'all. I said, this is a problem. MB, they got to stop with this, man. Where the woke people at, MB? Where they at?
hey
Greg
man,
McDermott is definitely not woke, man. This
he,
this guy here is an absolute mess. Hey, listen.
the butcher,
When I
the
tell
butcher
when
about to
I
get him, butcher, get him.
hey look, man, listen, you already know what should happen. I don't even know why it's really a discussion. He needs to be up out of there, axed. And you know it's crazy because he said he went in there and asked them should he resign, and they told him no. So why are you telling them no? Why is it okay for him to talk like that? You know, why are you so angry that the analogy you think of is the plantation? Who's sticking together on the plantation? Okay, that's what I want to know. We didn't want to stay in the plantation. My ancestors didn't. So they didn't want to stay on there either. So what are you trying to say? You know, and, and I thought it was, it's plenty of ways to talk about staying together than talking about on a plantation. And furthermore, why in the world do we have to stay on don't we ever get black coaches that say incendiary outlandish statements, racially insensitive statements to their players? Like they lose tough games too. They have bad games as well. Like, and that's not what come to mind. It's something to this, man. Quit playing. It's serious. He's a problem. Right there.
Nah, he
Well,
clown.
again, if I had to borrow, because my pastor comes on every Sunday morning on here. Him and his wife, they come on every Sunday morning. They drop gems on us. And one time, my pastor came on. That's Pastor Michael Barrow, and he said, "Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak." So I just find it hard for you to tell me. I find it hard for you to tell me that you've never used that word before. I find it hard for you to tell me that was the heat of the moment and it was after a real bad loss. But like I said, my pastor said, "Out your heart, your mouth speaks." So therefore, that was there. That lived there. There was residence there. You see what I'm saying?
clean
We
that,
call that.
clean
We
that
call
up,
that.
Pastor.
Yeah, we call that in the church. We call that resident evil. You see what I'm saying? Paul talked about. Paul talked about that in Romans 7 about, the things I wanted to do, I found myself doing the very thing I didn't want to do. So that's
Okay,
because
old
there was
dog,
sin
preach
that
it.
was in me. So what that's telling
Oh,
me
dog,
is
preach.
that's in the coach. That's in McDermott. That's who he is. That's who we always
There
knew
it
he
is.
was. So all the
There it
things
is.
about what happened was you was just speaking so loosely because that's
Yeah,
what's in
you
you,
forgot.
and it came out. And that's why he said in that same statement he issued, he said, when it came out, I knew I said something wrong. I bet you did. I bet you did. Knew you said something wrong. So again, I think what we got to stop doing, we got to stop giving these race awareness classes they doing when these guys make people say we got to start doing what we're supposed to do, and that's remove these individuals out of their job. And
And here's
I'm not and what I'm saying is I'm not an advocate for firing people, but I'm an advocate for showing people that you got to learn from your mistakes. And your mistake has caused you to lose your job. So you got to so until you find yourself and remove that resident evil, it don't come out of you until you out of the abundance of your heart, we get some righteous stuff. We can have you in a leadership position because remember, a head coach is a leader of men. So I can't
right.
have you giving that example no more because you're giving a bad example, Mr. McDermott. So
No,
I can't
no,
replace you.
Pac Jam. His comments don't reflect what Creighton is and what the Big East is. That's
Yeah,
what I just read you though.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
he
yeah.
ain't no he ain't no leader. He can't be the leader
But
because his comments don't
that's
affect.
why
It
that's
it
why
don't represent who we are. So why would you put a guy that represents you exactly in a position like that when you
and
said it don't represent your views, but he's in a leadership position? Stop it. I keep telling you that, MB. They got to stop it.
that's why I say he needs to be fired. That's why I say he
The
needs to be fired. We got
butcher.
to stop giving these excuses and stop, because like I said, I watched John Thompson. I watched Nolan Richardson. I watched even the last brother, bless his soul, and Cheney. I watched all these black coaches with Temple lose very
John Kane.
big. Right, I watched those brothers lose some big time games, last second games, and be all kind of adversity situations. Speak to those kids like Eddie Jones and all the rest of those guys and Patrick Ewing. And not one time did they say anything like what we're hearing nowadays when guys are saying I was in the heat of the moment and it was such a big loss. So again, K. Lou and MB, I'm with you, K. Lou. These guys have to be fired. These guys have to be
Now,
replaced.
MB ain't with us.
But listen,
MB gonna
all
send
I'm
him to
saying is, listen, all
a
I'm saying
racial
is,
awareness
hey,
class.
listen, all I'm saying is that's the same MB told me one good Sunday morning out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. So
No,
that
man,
seed was
Ooh,
he
kept.
ain't mean it like that. He ain't mean it like
ooh,
that.
ooh, wee. Preach, old dog. Preach, baby. No, my thing is also how the school responds. Initially, the school response was like, okay, we're gonna handle it internally, right? And then they turn around and suspend the dude because they got
Mm.
backlash. They should have did that from the beginning. You know, it's, I didn't like
They ain't
how
have a
initially.
problem with it, MB.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't like how they handled it at first. When we talk about
Mm-hmm.
they came out with the response, but then they say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna handle it internally." No, anytime you make a public mess up, you got to deal with it publicly. In that regard,
Right,
you can't say we're gonna handle it internally, and then the next game the guy coaching on the sideline. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I was initially taken back about the way school handled it.
Right.
So now, obviously, I mean, the dude made a mistake. Even then, I like it's a black coach on there on the staff. I think they got an organization talking about. I forgot the name of the organization. I don't have it. It's in my notes. But I like what the coach had to say on the staff. And the thing about it, they took ownership of it and they dealt with it and they dealing with it. But I didn't like how the school handled it at first.
MB. And I'm sorry to say, but old boy signed and he done lost his hood credibility.
Who's that?
the,
Who's
the
that?
same assistant coach you talking about, he need to
Yeah.
resign. He need to resign in a stance of letting everybody know that he's not gonna stand for it and he's not gonna be a part of that. Or it's gonna be tough for him to go in the hood and recruit. Tell you that right now.
Oh, you didn't like
He
his
gonna lose.
response?
He only has one response, and that's to resign. Because you can't sit next to nothing like that. You can, and I'm saying he needs to resign. Not that's a choice. Not needs to get fired. He needs to walk away from that because he can't sit next to I, MB. Here's what me and Pac Jam will tell you in a minute. When you know this story and you see him coaching from now on, that's all gonna cross through your mind. Every time you watch Craig from now on, you looking for that black assistant coaching, like you still there, bro. Like that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna go through your mind. So I just say, listen, I say what people think, okay, and that's what people think.
My thing
They
is
think.
this, MB. My
Go
thing is this is why I have a problem, man. Where I draw the line in the sand at. I don't know what's on no man's mind until he speaks. Okay? So, but once you speak, I now know what's on your mind. So when you speak and I now know what's on your mind, that tells me how you view your viewpoint and how you feel. So now that I know how your viewpoint and how you feel, now I got to do what I got to do based on your viewpoint and how you feel. We got to stop excusing these guys for saying these racial things, these hurtful things, and act as if like it was just a mistake. A mistake is when you sit there and you spill a drink over on the table. We got to stop all this. We got to stop these 60-year-old, these 60, 65, 55, 50-year-old, these grown white men making these racial statements and all of a sudden saying, I made a bad mistake, and everybody's on the Kumda law saying we just don't know. That is what it is. Because the
Look,
only way we
man.
can bring about change, we got to deal with situations like that in a radical situation. Fire him,
Right.
remove him, because there are 17 to 19-year-old, 17 to 20-year-old kids is up under this dude. And
right.
no way I'm gonna let that
Right.
black coach not come in my living room and tell me that my child
Hey,
should go to Creighton University and play with Greg McDermott, Doug McDermott. No, he's not playing for him. Oh, he made a mistake. No,
that's
he
his
didn't.
son.
He
You
said
was
how he
right,
feel.
Greg. That's his son. Doug, his
You
son.
see what I'm saying?
So you're right, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not gonna tell me why my child should go to Creighton when this coach just said what he said. How I know when he get like that again, he may not get physical the next time. I don't know what's on his mind. He just told me
Right.
my child need to stay on the plantation. He didn't say my child need to buy into the offense. You need to buy into the defense. We need to play team. We need to stick together
Right.
as a team. All the words he could have used, he said plantation. And I'm just supposed to believe, as he said, that was my first time using that. I'm really stop it. You said what you said. You said how you felt.
Yeah, that was definitely. I was like, where he was going with that, because he said, I want to need both feet on the plantation. I'm like, if you don't, then what are you, a runaway slave? I'm like, what are you going with
Yeah,
that?
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, bro.
Well, look,
Yeah, it was bad.
but, hey, look here, man. So that ain't it, y'all. It's been foolery going on all week, man. I don't know what's going on out here. Foolery all week long. And some more foolery came out with Steve Sarkisian. A Nick Saban understudy. Yeah, I'm gonna give him to y'all, Pac Jam. USD,
Don't do
USDA,
that. Don't do that. Don't
right?
give him to us. Because
I
don't do
know
that.
this.
Don't do that.
Hey,
Don't, like
I
you
know
telling
this,
me, don't
but
let that story get out like that. Don't do that.
hey,
Don't tie
look,
Alabama
Come
in with
on,
that.
man. He resurrected
hey,
his
look.
career at Alabama, man.
Thank you,
Yeah, but
MB.
Alabama didn't make the
Thank
decision
you,
that Saban
MB.
tried to say.
Oh, a little sensitive now, aren't we? I know this
No.
much. The eyes of Texas is high school song.
Mm-hmm.
Sarkeesian said, we're going to sing that song. We're going to sing that proudly. Some players lack of participation in the post-game plan of the eyes of Texas this past season under former coach Tom Herman became a rolling controversy of sorts around the Longhorns. Several players protested the song due to its racist origins. The song was performed at minstrel shows. So I ain't gonna give y'all too much of a history lesson. So look up black minstrel shows yourself, and then you can go to any um. This article is USA Today, but basically players at Texas stopped singing that song after games. They said they found out what it was about, what the origin, where the origin came from, and then how it's been used. in the past. So they said no, we don't want to sing it anymore. But guess what? Texas Board of Regents and majority of their fans say y'all singing the song. And Tom Herman say, well, we'll stand out there, but you know, if the kids don't want to sing, they don't want to sing. Well, they bucked Tom and they walked in the locker room. Okay. So that's where the controversy started. Because not only didn't they sing it, but they walked off the field. Okay. And Sark came in and they paid him a king's ransom, MB. A king's ransom. And Sark said, look, what song y'all want to sing? Old McDonald. You gonna sing that Old McDonald song. And let me tell you right now, Sark gonna be out there by himself singing it. And he might lose the best quarterback in Texas in the class of 2022 behind this foolishness. And I'm gonna tell you right now, these kids need to buck the system and hit that transfer portal one time. And all these Texas boosters, one in particular who said the blacks need to go to another state where they feel comfortable. Yes, sir. That's what one of the emails said from Texas. Yes, sir. So that's the reality of what's going on. And if you're a kid and you want to play for Texas, I don't know how. I don't know how you go somewhere like that. And that's what they thinking of you. And that's what they saying. Go somewhere where you're comfortable at. And it's not here, baby.
And again, if you want to search that story out more, what Caleb
Klew,
just said.
hold on. Don't forget the first part. He said blacks are free. He said they're free. Go to
Give
he
us
letting you
us
know
free,
too.
LB, my bad.
Yeah, he letting you know about the Juneteenth. They free. We free. We was
Yes,
late. They were
sir.
late, but they free. Go ahead, Pac Jam.
Right.
Again, that story is on. You can go to ESPN.com and see that story that K. Lou and MB are mentioning right now. Again, as they said, those was the only good emails that they could read. There was other ones that was so graphic they couldn't even release ones what was
Do
said.
it, baby.
Those was the ones that they could read aloud that wasn't graphic. So we can only imagine the things that was said toward those black athletes behind that. But my thing is this, like I said, I'm with you, K. Lou. Every black child on that team needs to hit the transfer portal so they can get the since y'all feel that way, then we need to leave that immediately because again,
right.
Here we are again. And this is, and the thing about it is this, because I think more coverage, because ESPN released it that they released this on their ESPN.com on their article on their write-ups. But they never covered it on the national level on the sit-down level. Right. Neither did Fox Sports. This to me, this story is everything the Black Lives Matter movement was about. This is the very thing for the last year when we marched during the time of the pandemic and all of 2020. This is what 2020 was about on the Black Lives Matter side. This is what people are talking about when everybody was saying, you guys, that when everybody was saying it can't be like, we don't think it's as bad as you guys say it is. This is what we was talking about because this is what we face on a daily basis. Because someone says, because I give money to a school, that I give money to a school, I own you. Because I give money to a school, you're gonna do what I want you to do. Absolutely. And the same thing was said in that same state, right down the street in Arlington, Texas, by none other than Jerry Jones, when he said every cowboy, all 53, gonna toe the line.
That's right.
And everybody was like, oh, he didn't mean that by saying toe the line. That don't mean anything. He just said toe the line. Yes, it does mean something. What it meant was the very thing that email sent to the University of Texas meant. As long as I pay you, you belong to me. You are my property. Absolutely. You're going to do what I want you to do is what that meant. And at some point in time, K. Lou and MB, we have to take a radical stance and say, I don't belong to you. This is not how this goes. And this is why I say those kids need to leave that school now because Sarkeesian is on this here like, I'm going to make sure they do it. So,
hey, man, what was his deal back?
When we all know the kids, and this is another thing, the AD says we're going to form now all of a sudden he said we're going to form a committee to look into the song and see the origin of the song, and then we're going to come back to you guys and let you guys know if the song is racist like the black people think it is. It is. You know, when the song came out in 1903, it was done. The song was when a blackface, it was done. The song, everything about the song is wrong, and you know it. What do we got to get committed for?
Well,
You know what? You know
the
what
committee
though?
get to
But
determine your feelings.
yeah, but Pac Jam, Pac Jam, that's you right. That was so crazy because he already doubled down and said we're gonna sing this song regardless.
Oh yeah,
So what so
Right.
what are you doing a committee for? What are you doing the research for if you already made up your mind that no matter what, you still gonna go with the song? Like you're
right,
still committed to it. Like so
And
what's
the
the
right.
thing
purpose
is,
of
what
getting
that shows you
committed?
is what they're saying can be is it's offensive to you, but not to me.
There it
And I'm
is.
more and I'm more valuable than you, so you gonna sing it. Because it's not offensive to me, it's offensive to you guys. So you gonna sing it because that's my song. I like it. I don't care who it offends, sing it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you dig a little deeper to it, the origin of the song with the racial undertone, as far as the eyes of Texas, I mean, they stole that from the slogan of Robert Lee when he talking about the eyes of the South, right? And then the
Right.
beat of the song came from what I read about Bill and the Railroad, which is another offensive song. So I'm like, man, everything about the song is offensive, right? From the roots of it. And so now you trying to shove it in. The other thing that they would talked about was like the players. They was like, man, last year we're not gonna stay out here for this. And so
Well,
they
MB,
walked in on it.
I bet they ain't gonna allow you on the committee.
Yeah. But you know what the thing about though that got me when you talk about bullying somebody, they started threatening the players last year, right? About oh, if they don't come back, it's not gonna not only affect them, but they're gonna have a hard time trying to get a job after their career. I mean, they would start from everything you read. They start threatening these people from post-career stuff, man. This is crazy,
Right.
man. Like you said, when somebody give you money, they feel like they own you, and so they start threatening them that way. So
Hey,
I don't
look,
like this. I don't like how they handle this.
Steve Sarkeesian got 34 million reasons to make them boys sing that song. So he gonna get, hey, Steve gonna be out there singing that thing by himself if he have to, baby. Tell you that.
Nah, you know what though? This is a great. I want to see how this thing pan out because this is a great opportunity. Just like I thought about what was that Mississippi where they was talking about the flag and the players they use their power and got stuff
Yeah,
changed,
the running
right?
back. Yep.
Yes. And when like you say, Steve got over 30 million reasons, right? Dollar reason, American dollar reason, not pesos, right? To make sure they say we're gonna sing that, they're gonna sing that song and they're gonna sing it proudly, right? But this is a
Uh-huh.
great opportunity for the players to see how serious they are. What change? This is a great opportunity for them, man. And step up to the plate. Great opportunity.
Definitely is. It definitely is.
Great
Like I said,
opportunity. You're gonna
it definitely
yeah,
is. Like I said, again, we have to bring for change for radical change. We have to do a radical stance, and that
yeah.
simply is those guys got to leave, got to go that like Kevin said, they got to go in that transfer portal because ain't no way you're gonna tell you know that's. And the thing about it is they know it's an existing problem, so they went all off season all year never addressing that problem, and so they sign off because the thing about it is not to side with Stephen Sarkeesian on this, but it's amazing how you weren't even forthright in telling him what the real problem was. You see what I'm saying? Now again, he all in because we already know why he all in. But at the end of the day, you know it's an existing problem, and you fail to deal with that problem. And I just think it's wrong. It's no right in that at all. It's wrong all the way across the board. It's wrong. You know.
Well, when you say fail to deal with, I mean, who knows? But that's the thing. The players got power, and so they
No,
ain't
I'm
you trying
saying
to
the
force
school
them to
failed to deal with it. The school failed to deal with it.
the school trying to force it down the throat to deal with it. They ain't got. I mean, the players they got power. They can say all they want, but the players really got the power in this situation. Especially if you're
Absolutely.
the
We know
player.
they got the power.
Well, let me
Flex
throw
them
this
and
out
then
there,
learn how
guys,
to
because
use.
you guys are right going down the line of a question I had. First of all, MB, is Steve Sarkeesian woke? but more importantly, going down the line that y'all talking about, does the NCAA should the NCAA play a role in this? Like the Big East jumped out there. We ain't heard nothing from the Big 12. Should the NCAA be sitting here saying, no, this is crazy? What role do they
Man,
have in this? We've never heard them during this entire period about stand, don't stand. We got schools and conferences and head coaches making decisions, and the NCAA ain't sitting back saying nothing.
You notice
So
the only
what's their
time
role in
that
this?
there's only one time you hear from the NCAA on Mark Emmert, the NCAA president. The only time you hear from Mark Emmert is when a player talking about getting paid. When a player talking about getting paid, he come to NCAA. Hey, time out. You can't get no money. You a student. That's the only time we hear from them. But as far as having civil rights or any rights of any kind, you don't hear nothing from them.
But
Only
my
when it's
question
time.
well,
is, should no, not. Don't tell me what they haven't or have done. Tell me, should they be speaking at this point?
Yes, Klew, they should be all
yeah,
over this. They should have flew down there the minute the story, the email came across their desk. They supposed to flew down there and been all over this incident like the FBI. You know it, and I know they're supposed to be all over this matter. Yes, they need to be involved because the same student athlete they're talking about as a student who they're trying to look out for their well-being is why they should be down there. But
Mm.
once
yeah,
again,
no, no,
they're showing you that they don't care.
yeah,
That's what
no
they're
doubt,
showing
no
you.
doubt, no doubt. I agree with you, Pac.
And
Man, they playing like double dutch, man. They jump in and jump out with whatever issues they want, man. That's the thing, man. They change their opinion like changing collars, man, changing shirts, man. They got to get more involved, you know. But that's the thing. But they don't have the real power, you know. They don't control it, you know. They just a figurehead. They're not really doing anything.
well, I
Absolutely.
still think they need to make their presence known and make a decision. Get on one side of history or another. And then secondly, MB is Steve Sarkisian woke. Is this one of these woke guys you talking about?
Come on, man. Come on. You can answer that question yourself.
I don't know.
Nah,
Because
come on,
he's
brother. Come on, man.
hey, Pac Jam, he's a Saban understudy. He's worked with, plenty of great black players. He was out there,
USC.
the eyes of Texas on us, baby, and he want everybody else to know it, MB. So it's I don't I think I think he's one of these
Come
guys
on.
that's masquerading as being woke. That's what I
You
believe.
okay? That he masquerade. That he's really a zombie, but he acting like he woke.
That's right. That's right. He see I'm a hey, I watched The Walking Dead. I forget the group, but he putting on the zombie uniform walking around. He tear off their face and sew it together, put it on their head and walk around like he in a Halloween uniform,
Right.
baby. You think he a zombie. And be get real. This is the worst.
I can't hear anything.
He coming
Wow.
Kayla,
in
I
and
can't
out.
hear you.
And then you hear, oh, okay. And then so I did y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just me. Was that you too, Pac?
That was me
Yeah,
and
it
me.
all blanked off.
Okay. Go ahead, Kayla.
Oh, okay. So I said he's the worst kind of guy because he's a guy that comes into your living room, tells you he gonna love his child, love your child like you love your child, and then he puts your child in a situation that makes him feel less than a human by telling your child to sing a song that is completely against him, derogatory for him to sing, and is a hate song, and you telling him to sing it and stand and respect it. Child, please.
I can't hear. Hello?
I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
ended.
oh, okay. You dropped the
Oh,
mic. That was low down, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt, man. He doubled down and say they not only gonna sing it, but they're gonna sing it proudly. Man, it
that's
sound like
right.
Lean on Me, baby. Joe Clark, baby. He going there
Right.
like Joe Clark. What's the school song? What? That's, he going there like that, baby. He laying on the hammer.
And then lastly, guys, our last story, I like to say, and I'm gonna read this to you. Senator Paul Bailey, a Tennessee state senator, says athletes kneeling during the national anthem before a game is like raising a middle finger to the United States flag and the Texas flag if you ain't singing Eyes of Texas or watching. State Senator John Lundenberg of Bristol made the comparison Wednesday during a budget hearing for East Tennessee State. If y'all don't know, that is a HBCU. Okay, East Tennessee State University. His comments were to ETSU President Brian Nolan came in came in the wake of the ETSU men's basketball team's decision to kneel during the anthem ahead of the February 15th game against Chattanooga. Now, the problem with that is he's saying this during a budget meeting, you guys. The budget meeting that's talking about how much they're going to get at East Tennessee State University. And basically, let's not call it undertones. Let's say what he really saying. He's saying, look here, player, y'all don't stand up for that song again. We tightening this budget. You won't get nothing. You'll come up short in here. That's what's really going on. So I like to tell this state senator John Lundenberg, hey, listen, shut up and legislate.
What you saying? Like shut up and dribble, huh? The word shut up and dribble, huh, Kalou? Kalou?
That right. Shut up and legislate, baby.
God.
that's something
Hey,
right
it's
there.
probably me, guys. I'm gonna let y'all go because I'm on the road and it's probably me. So I'm gonna let y'all go and y'all will probably be able to do it better.
Pac Jam, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
Well. Again, the storyline is the same. It's just the same, man. And until these issues are addressed, till these kids start walking out of these schools, man, to let them know how serious they take these situations, man, they're gonna continue to do what they're doing. Is what it comes down to. Because as
Yeah.
long as these kids, to me, because that's the only way like you said, that's the only way that you can hurt them is by all of the black students at the University of Texas walking out. You know what I mean? When they do, when that sends a ripple effect. But as long as they go to school as business as usual, nothing's gonna happen.
Right. Right.
Because
Right.
what they're showing us is they're until that happens, they're not gonna hold leadership. They're not gonna hold them accountable. And the
Right.
only way you can make leadership hold accountable, even going back to the Creighton situation that we discussed earlier, is if the players don't show some type of, because the thing is, it's like this. If you're hurt, if MB, if you hurt, if you don't, I can only say so much, but for you, but it comes to you got to do something. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
can't go march up there. I can't go protest up there. I can't go. You know what I'm saying? Because you're saying I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know,
Right.
NAACP and all these different minority organizations, they can't get involved if you're saying you're okay. And you're saying you're okay by you not by you going to school and business as usual.
Right.
You
Right.
know, and I see what you're saying, Lamar. Everybody wants to control the narrative. The control is the main word, right? But they're trying to say the narrative. But they're trying to control it by saying it's not a problem when it is a problem.
Right. And then also
You
they
see
try
what
to
I'm saying?
control, yeah. And then also they try to control the narrative where they try to take the focus off the main issue, try to make the issue about the flag. And it's not even about the flag. It's about the social injustice that's going on. It's about
Right.
that. And they try to make it about something else. And it's like, no, it ain't about the flag, man. It's about what's going on in society. It's about what's going on. The social injustice. It's about black people getting innocently killed, and you trying to water it down like it don't matter. That's what it's about.
And so
Oh,
what
you
they'll tell
disrespect
those
the flag. Go
what
ahead.
they'll tell those kids for Creighton, what they're gonna tell the black kids for Creighton, the black kids Eastern Texas, the black kids at also at Texas, you need to be glad you got a scholarship.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they're gonna tell them. You got a scholarship. You need to be glad you got a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
regardless of how we treating you, you got a scholarship.
Yeah.
And that's
Or
not
be
right.
grateful. Yeah. Or just be grateful.
That's right. That's what they're gonna say. Be grateful. Like they tell professional athletes, you make a lot of money. So it doesn't matter how we treat you, because you make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Why are you
Mm-hmm.
concerned about it? They didn't do it to you, LeBron. They didn't kill your son, LeBron. That was George Floyd. You stand in the gated community, LeBron. Why are you worried about it? Just
Mm-hmm.
score more points for us for the Lakers. Don't get caught up in that, LeBron.
Well, it's
That's
like
what they say.
It's like K. Lou talked about. Shut up and legislate. Like where the guy last week talked about, told LeBron he just need to shut up and dribble. It's the same.
Yeah,
It's the same thing. Yeah.
because in their eyes, why should we be concerned if it's not happening to you?
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
That's their narrative.
No doubt, man. I agree, man. I agree with you. Pack Jam, baby. Appreciate you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I appreciate you. Get this
No
thing
problem,
going
bro.
on.
I appreciate being
Oh,
on today, man.
yeah. And then I see. I just read my man Blake Griffin. He got a bot out. Detroit Pistons, man. Gonna be a free agent. Where do you think he's gonna end up at? Any
They
word on
told
that?
me Hollywood. They told me Hollywood and Vine.
Going where?
They told me Rodeo Drive.
Oh yeah, that's where you think he'll
Yeah,
end up at.
yeah. See, because one thing about the purple and gold, it's just like playing for the Yankees. It sets you up when the career over, but you still set up. Everywhere you go, they introduce you as a Laker,
Okay.
introduce you as a Yankee. That's where he's at in his. That's where he's at in his career. He want a ring and he want big things. And LA is where they provide rings and big things.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. So he comes back to LA, but just with a different team.
Can you imagine him, Braun and oh, they already on the phone with him right now. You better believe that. Rich Paul done contacted him. LeBron done contacted him. Come on over, man. You know what it is.
Also, competition for the Nets. The Nets say they first on the list as far as trying to get him.
But the Nets need more than him.
Yeah.
The Nets need big men
Yeah. And defense.
and defense.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I
He ain't trying
appreciate
to
your
be down
pack.
in.
Go ahead.
Okay,
No, I'm sorry,
yeah.
Pack Jam said.
I said Blake Griffin ain't trying to be down there doing the dirty work. He ain't trying to take out the trash. He want to eat up front too. They want Blake to do dirty work.
You think he still got some left in his tank?
Oh, he got plenty left in his tank. Plenty left.
Blake Griffin, getting it done. Well, you heard it from Pat Wagon, baby. All right, Pat
All
Wagon,
right.
man. Appreciate you, man. Get you some rest,
Appreciate you
brother.
too, bro.
All right, man. Take care, man.
Absolutely.
All
You
right.
too, brother. It's
Hey,
been real. See you in the morning. Sunday morning.
no doubt, man. All right, man. Take care, bro.
All right.
Appreciate y'all coming on today, man. From the baseline, it's MB and your boy K. Lou. All right, getting it done. All right, and then Pat Wagon, man, aka Old Dog, man. Appreciate you guys watching in. Appreciate your comments and stuff. All right, enjoy the rest of your night. Y'all be safe out there. All right, take care. God bless. Peace.